Welcome back to the Greenhorn Photo Taker. My wife has some friends over for a moo-moos and margarita party. So that is my perfect excuse to go find something in the woods. Actually, I want to finish a video I started here. I think it was last year, but sometimes the videos run together. Maybe it was 2 years ago, where I was at Hidden Falls in the Delaware Water Gap and kind of chickened out because of a bush, a what is it called? A widowmaker? No, what's the tree branch? Yeah, I think a widowmaker was right over the spot where I needed to get to. To take a picture. So here's to hoping that widowmaker is gone. Gosh, this trail is so overgrown. Or I'll just get closer because it really has not been a very wet. What the hell happened to the trail? This is gnarly. It really hasn't been too wet out this month. Oh, these are all pricker bushes too. Sheesh. Sheesh, sheesh. So I don't think the flow is good. Ouch. Ow, ow. I don't think the flow is going to be very strong. So I can easily get up to the base. Where last time I couldn't. Anyway, so we're here. It has been drizzling out all day, which is another reason why I wanted to come to a waterfall location. Man, it makes such a difference to have all the foliage around the falls kind of glistening with wet leaves, and adding that circular polarizer to that wet leaf look really makes everything stand out. I do wonder how many people still come back here, because this trail is definitely grown over. Wow, even behind me here, a bunch of trees fell over, which was not that way in my last visit. So one of the great things about coming back to places you know is noticing the subtle changes and not so subtle changes in the environment. All right, so good news and bad news. This is the tree that I had a bad feeling about. But there's been another tree fall right across the falls. I can't really see it. So I don't know how that's going to look on camera. All right, man, this place is as gorgeous as ever and is exactly what I was hoping for, at least very close to it. Well, let me turn the camera around and show you what I'm thinking of. Okay, let me show you what I mean, but first, apologize for the audio. I did forget a key component to my wireless mic. So this is GoPro audio synced up with the Sony video. But this is, man, exactly what I was hoping for. Let me show you exactly what I mean, and I'll point it out on camera. So there's obviously so much texture here and so much to see. So let's start with the small things. The ferns coming out on the left of this rock formation, glistening with water. Man, if it was just a little bit brighter, we'll see what we can do in post there. And then this is such a cool looking waterfall or cascade as you go up to the main falls. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. There is a deadfall up here that I have to do something with, I'll see. But overall, this scene is perfect because you've got as well like this canopy of rhododendron on the left and the right. One of them is in bloom, which just makes this frame around the waterfall that is really special. I think one of the issues that I'll have, I think the best view for the falls, I can't tell, I'll have to frame that up. I think the best view is outside of the canopy. So I'll have to like thread the needle and get the falls in the center of frame where I want with the canopy around it. Wow, great, 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 great. And before I forget, that widowmaker tree is still there. So there was absolutely no reason for me to panic last year. That happened. And here's a better look at that deadfall. That's kind of cutting across the top of frame. I think that's about going to do it for here. What an absolutely tremendous place. I'll stay for a few more minutes, capture some B-roll, but that circular polarizer was absolutely magnificent for this place. The wetness on the leaves, like I said, and I'll show you on the screen now, it just absolutely makes such a difference when that polarizer cuts the glare of the sun off each leaf. So normally you can get a little bit of this overcast sky, you can see that little bit of whiteness on top of the leaf. You put that polarizer on and that disappears and it just brings out that deep green like you can't believe. So the white spray of the falls comes out looking tremendously bright on the back of my camera. So this was Silver Spray Falls, also called Hidden Falls, in the Delaware Water Gap. It's very close to Buttermilk Falls off on Unblazed Trails. I've been here before. I think one video shows how to get here. If you want to look at that video, it's up above. When you go to Silver Spray, you gotta check out Buttermilk as well. Way behind me, way behind me. I want to try something different here today. Like I want to see if I can get this with my telephoto lens from a distance. There is... Let me check out my stuff. How are you? Good.
How do we hit a main road? Can we go out this way?
You had I got interrupted at Buttermilk by the lovely Paul and Nina, lifelong Sussex County residents, at least Paul is. Met Nina 15 years ago or so. Early on, they took a ride to Buttermilk and have been together ever since. Heartwarming story. And it's probably just as well, as I've been to Buttermilk and it's been on the channel so many times. No need to dwell there. I always like offering people a picture, and Nina was a great subject. So here are a few shots of Nina that I will also send to her over email. And I think just to close out the day, let's take one last stop at Tillman Ravine. I've been here as well so many times, but it's just the day of Waterfalls, and it's still so gorgeous out in terms of the color with the circular polarizer. I didn't really get a chance to study the Buttermilk shot I took. I did at least get a chance to take a shot there, and it looks pretty cool. So hopefully Tillman will look great too. I do have my micro spikes on because I can't tell you how many times I almost brained myself here by slipping on the moss covered rocks. It's just so freaking slippery and everything's slanted. So I am wearing micro spikes. And here is the exact problem with Tillman. When you get down to the low end, it is just so off camber compared to everything else in the forest. And I've never been able to get a great picture of the entire ravine because of that exact nature. But still, it's a pretty awesome place. Just not photogenic, to me anyway, with the entire length of the ravine in view. So I always end up concentrating on a small area, and that small area is always the top and nothing at the bottom. There's too much overgrown bushes here at the bottom, but still, it's a great place and it's looking beautiful right now. So I will spend a few minutes, try a little bit different composition than normal, and see what I come up with. That'll do it from Tillman Ravine. Lovely, right? I've been here 100 times, not really, but so many times, and yet I can still find something new each time I come here. And maybe that's what today was about, you know, appreciation, a triptych. That's good. A triptych appreciation, that'll be the name of the title. So returning to 3 wonderful cascades that I know and love and frankly take for granted. But in the right conditions, it's like experiencing them new for the first time. And that's what it felt like. Really great. I hope you enjoyed this. Get out and explore.